Hi everyone, it's summertime again. However, it was still quite chilly when we shot this video. We take a look at my new Segway MAX G2. It retails for just under 700 euros in June 25, has a range of 70 kilometers and can be charged via 2 connections. In this video, we'll chat about my experience. I ordered the scooter from Amazon. You can find the link to the scooter and my F2 Pro in the video description. You can use this link to actively support my channel. Thank you very much. I ordered it on time and it was delivered within 48 hours. That was pretty quick. What is not so fast, however, is the support from Segway. More on that at the end. You should definitely buy one of these handcuff locks. You can find the bag and the lock in the video description. Very important, never lock the scooter to the handlebars. With a simple twist of a few screws, the scooter is gone faster than it arrived. Therefore, always lock it to the crossbar on the front wheel. The insurance is always valid from e-scooters from February of the year in Germany. In this case, I paid 28 euros for the whole year. Simply enter the type of the scooter to this website, select your insurance, and within 2 to 4 working days, you will receive a letter with your insurance policy and a license plate number. You can find the free Segway mobility app in the App Store. You can use it to register your scooter, update the firmware, check the battery status, switch to pedestrian mode, set a code lock, view the total mileage and more. It costs nothing, so we definitely recommend it. The scooter comes lying flat in that very large box. After unpacking, all you have to do is connect one cable to the other, tighten 4 screws and inflate the tires. The scooter weighs a full of 24 kilograms, should only be used from the age of 14 and is approved for a maximum of 120 kilograms of weight. With a charging time of around 6 hours, it is best to charge the scooter overnight or at the office. The tires have an anti-slip coating which prevents you from lying down when cornering, especially in wet conditions. A stand is installed on the standing surface and the standing surface is large enough for you to stand with a shoe size of 11.5. We have installed 2 shock absorbers at the rear tire. This makes riding an absolute luxury, especially in the city and off-road. Thanks to the shock absorbers at the front, most shocks are absorbed significantly. The grips are slightly wider than my shoulders, perfect because they contain the indicators. If you press the button twice, you even have a hazard flasher. The same applies to the lights. You have a very bright LED headlight at the front and of course a rear light. If you press the brake, the rear light even serves as a brake light. The push lever is located on the right handlebar. If you let it go off at about 20 km per hour, the scooter comes to a still stand within 10 to 12 meters on a straight line. There's even a bell which is electronic, makes a bright beep sound and is located next to the blinker. Then there's this very bright display with a button. If you press this button for 2 seconds, you switch the scooter on or off. Press the button once to switch the light on or off. If you press the button twice, you can switch between Eco mode at 15 km per hour, Drive mode at up to 20 km per hour, and Sport mode at up to 22 km per hour. In Sport mode, I manage around 45 km on a warm day, and with an outside temperature of 5 degrees centigrade, it was more like 35 km. For me, the scooter is the perfect companion for the city. I can quickly ride to an appointment and attach a large bag or a backpack to the handlebars. A real blessing for work, especially in the summer month. Because with a shirt and a suit you start to sweat super fast at higher outside air temperatures, it's much more pleasant to be out on a scooter like this, even if the physical activity is lost. On the other hand, you get to your destination quickly and have more time to exercise before or after. Even in winter under a thick coat, you won't arrive at your office sweating profusely on the scooter. The scooter takes up very little space on the road and has a small turning cycle. Thanks to the shock absorber, you can even make light jumps onto low curbs. However, you should avoid riding through broken glass. Even if the tire itself is not that expensive, changing the tire is a pain. I had done this on my F2 Pro and it cost me around 90 euros. It's also a real blessing if you're on vacation with your camper. Simply fold up the scooter and off you go. When folded, the scooter fits into the trunk of my Audi A5. However, I don't have a coupe. Depending on how steep the incline is, the scooter can maintain its 15 to 20 km per hour in speed. Of course, it consumes considerably more energy than on a straight road. I have been using the scooter since March 25. It's now the end of June. I've charged it just under 6 times so far and I used it almost every day, usually between 3 and 10 kilometers. So I have to say I'm very satisfied. Even with my old F2 Pro, which I drove for more than 2 years, the range hasn't changed much. However, the season makes a big difference. While in summer the range is almost the same as in drive mode, in winter it tends to be 10 to 15 kilometers less. That's when I had my F2 Pro plugged in twice a week, for example. Now we come to a very negative example from Segway. My F2 Pro, which I praised to the skies, is still being repaired by Segway at the end of June 25. I was out and about with the scooter and it suddenly stopped and wouldn't start again. Of course, I checked the connection cable, charged the battery, waited a day, but nothing happened. I submitted a warranty claim to Segway after receiving very nice help on the phone on how to do it. However, I had to wait 5 days for a DHL label. We're talking about a PDF that I have to print out and stick it on the parcel so that I can send the scooter in. In 25, a company needs 5 working days to create a PDF. A 1 out of 10. Then I sent in the F2 Pro. Since I had the box, the Max G2 came in, I didn't have to request another box. Almost 3 months later, I still haven't heard back what the problem with the F2 Pro is. No package, no email, no scooter. So if I hadn't bought the Max G2, I would still be without an e-scooter today and would be walking almost 40 minutes to work every day instead of riding my scooter for 12 minutes. So a 1 out of 10 for the support, unfortunately. On the other hand, another 3 months of warranty have now elapsed in case a new problem should arise. Thank you, Segway. So as long as everything runs smoothly, you have a really great product. So if not, have fun waiting. Some weeks ago I received a reply from Segway support saying I should pay 134 euros. That's not what I expected, my tire is flat, I know that. I don't know the reason why the scooter won't start. But now back to the Max G2. The Max G2 offers you maximum comfort on the road as long as it's not raining and you have to ride it to work in the wet. The battery lasts an extremely long time, the scooter feels great on the road and small bumps are well absorbed thanks to the 3 shock absorbers. The 10-inch tires offers you good grip on the road and features such as indicators, the powerful handbrake, light and the loud horn offer you the extras that justify such a high price. Cold is the factor that has a negative impact on range, but that's the case with most manufacturers. Whether you drive a Tesla in the summer or winter, it's the same problem as with your Segway. Nevertheless, the Max G2 is the perfect way to get to school, university or work every day. Whether on inclines, descents where speeds of up to 28 km per hour are possible in wet conditions or in a mix of urban and off-terrain, this e-scooter will get you to your destination. A real blessing, especially in summer. Simply put on your shirt, get on the scooter, breathe fresh air and no longer have a sweaty shirt. This also leaves more time for other things before and after work. The Max G2 can be folded up and set up again within 10 seconds, has a double lock and should definitely be locked. If you like this review, you can find the cheaper alternative as well as this luxury model, the locker and the bag as a link below this video. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your support, wish you lots of fun and see you again for the next review here on the Daniel Life.